All right, we are all the way in with training camp, and there have been a few contracts that came out today. Always good to see players get paid, but there are still a few hold ins, and I feel like it's been a lighter year than in the past, maybe just not as high profile players. Jameer Gibbs, Bijan Robinson, who did just get paid today, were holding in. Vita Vea in Tampa is still holding in. And that is a relatively new mechanism that has been post 2020. In the past, pre 2020, players would hold out. If you were unhappy with your contract, you were still negotiating, you just wouldn't show up to training camp and you would get fined $50,000 a day for holding out. But those fines, they could be waived. And when you fast forward to now, the new CBA says those fines cannot be waived unless you are in your rookie contract trying to get your extension after your third year. But if you're already in your second contract, if you hold out, those fines can't be waived. So we now have a hold in where players will go to training camp, but they will not be practicing. They will be on a different field. They will be hurt. And it is the loophole that they have in order to now buy yourself some time to get these contracts done. And it is quirky how it happens and it gets to this point, and it's all business. When you look at how these contracts are done, why does it take so long? Everyone's waiting to see where the market is going to land so that when they do their contract, they can essentially pay as little as possible. That is what the NFL teams are trying to do. But it's counterintuitive because the quicker you pay somebody, um, the less you're going to have to pay them in the future because you are setting the market. That is all this is doing, is waiting for the market to set and stabilize. So Bijan Robinson got paid today. That means Jameer Gibbs, if he gets paid tomorrow, will probably be paid at or just a little bit more because they are the next person up. Christian Gonzalez and Devin Witherspoon, the cornerbacks in New England, Seattle, respectively. That is what is happening right now as they wait for deals. I also think they're represented by the same agent, so I'm waiting for one to go and then the other comes after. This happened with the Jordan Love and Tua Tagovailoa deals. The Packers and Dolphins were basically played off of each other because I think they were also represented by the same agency. So that's all this is. This is just teams waiting too long for the market to stabilize. Dallas has been notorious over the years and then having to overpay players because they waited too long because they didn't want to pay before. And it's really all preventable. And it's less about the salaries and what they're being paid and how much they're being paid and just ultimately paying. That would solve a lot of these problems. So, um, interesting. The contract structures in pro sports are very interesting, certainly in the NFL, because of how the lifespan of a career is. So, yeah, happy Tuesday. Like, subscribe, engage. We will get you in the next one.